Hello, I'm attorney and mediator Blaine McCarthy, founder of the Christian Lawyer Directory. Today we are shining the member lawyer spotlight on Ted Hoppe from Media, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Ted. Thanks for joining me today.
Good morning, Blaine. Thanks for having me. I look forward to the opportunity to talk with you.
Super. Well, tell us a bit about yourself, sir.
Sure. I grew up in Northern Virginia, just outside of the city of Washington, where I was a lifelong Washington Redskins and Commanders fan,
All
which
right.
has caused me no end of trouble now that I live in the Philadelphia area and Eagles territory.
Yeah, really. Division
I,
rivals. Goodness gracious.
yeah, it's been kind of interesting. I grew up, well, I said where I grew up, sorry. I went to high school and graduated in 1982, and I enlisted in the Army out of high school.
Hmm.
Spent about 2 years on active duty and then 7 years in the National Guard.
Wow.
I went to law school at Widener in Delaware County, or in the state of Delaware, excuse me, and graduated there in 1991. While I was there, I met my wife, Beth. We got married, and I got a job working for a firm in Philadelphia, and I've lived in Pennsylvania for pretty much the rest of since then.
Outstanding. So tell us about your law.
Uh,
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me cut you off.
yeah, no, I'm sorry. I
Uh,
was just going to mention that my wife and
Please.
I, Beth, have been married now for 33 years. We
Excellent.
live in Delaware County, which is just outside of Philadelphia. It's a suburb. And we have two adult children and a golden doodle who thinks he's the king of our house.
Might actually be at this point, huh?
That's pretty much true.
That's good. Well, yeah, I'm sorry to almost cut you off from maybe the most important,
No
your
problem.
family. So tell us about your practice, Ted.
Sure. I've been practicing now for about 33 years, the last 10 of which as a solo practitioner. My office, as you mentioned, is in Media, which is the capital of Delaware County, and Delaware County is a direct suburb of Philadelphia.
Hmm.
Over the course of my practice, I've had the opportunity to try cases in state and federal court in Pennsylvania, and the privilege of arguing cases before the Third Circuit Court of Appeals and the Pennsylvania Supreme Court.
Wow.
When I started my practice, my goal was to establish a practice where I could be the client's lawyer for life. And what I meant by that was I wanted to be the type of attorney that when a client came to me, we could help them work through whatever types of legal issues came up with them. That was kind of a big challenge, but I think over the years, we've worked really hard to accomplish that goal, and I hope we've done a pretty good job with it. My practice now focuses primarily on estate planning, things like helping people with drafting wills and trusts, powers of attorney, and living wills. I do estate administration and probate, uh, elder law, which is kind of helping people as they get older in life deal with some of those specific issues that come in that they're facing. Guardianship cases, and I do family law, including divorce, custody, support, and adoption. One of the things in my practice that I enjoy most doing, though, is working with churches and other faith based nonprofits, uh, as well as small businesses. And we do pretty much anything that comes up with them. We help with the formation, reviewing contracts, drafting documents, employment issues, real estate issues. But primarily working with the churches and faith based nonprofits has been one of the things I enjoy most in my practice.
Well, Ted, you definitely sound like you have a pretty diverse practice field within your practice, and I think the goal of being able to service most needs that walk in your door sounds like you've achieved that, and I'm sure that is quite a challenge. So good for you, and good for you applying
Yeah, I've
that.
enjoyed it. It keeps the practice quite interesting.
Yeah, and keeps you on your toes, I imagine.
That's very true.
Good for you. Well, when you're not doing work within that very diverse practice of law, what do you spend your free time on?
Yeah, well, one of the things that I've gotten actively involved in that I particularly enjoy doing is kind of tangentially related to my practice, but not directly. And that is, I volunteer with an organization called Christian Legal Clinics of Philadelphia, which is a Christian legal aid organization affiliated with the Christian Legal Society. And I've been doing that now for about 10 years. And I was excited to have the opportunity, I think 6 or 7 years ago, to work on a team that set up a new clinic in the city of Chester, which is a very poor community in Delaware County, where we're able to serve some of the legal needs of the people in that city. Um, I was One of my highlights working with CLCP was in 2020. I was honored to be named or selected as the volunteer of the year for the organization. So that was
Wow.
something I'm particularly proud of. Um, I mean, outside of that, I spent a lot of time actively working with my church. I've been an elder and served on the pastor's advisory board. I work in my community, serving on the planning commission. Uh, and then outside of those types of things, when I'm looking to try to relax or decompress a little bit, we enjoy spending time as a family down at the Delaware beaches and traveling, which I'm hoping to get to do some more of. And I also like to play golf with my son, although candidly, my golf game needs a lot of work. So mostly my job in that process is to keep my son company because he's a pretty good golfer.
You're his caddy, huh?
Basically, basically.
Well, Ted, that's great. Rather than wrapping up, I also have a similar involvement with a CLA down here. We work with the City Rescue Mission, but under Christian Legal Society's umbrella. So I personally know what you're speaking of, and I know the value of being able to share our legal skills and experience within the context of a Christian ministry to help those who are in need of such help. So excited to hear that you're on that team, so to speak, as
Well,
well
thanks.
as
Yes,
the
it's been something I've really enjoyed doing.
yeah. Well, it's a blessing to you, I know, and it's clearly a blessing to those you've been serving. So well done, Ted. Thank you. Uh, so thanks for being here, Ted. Thank you for sharing a bit of your life story with us and your practice area. And folks, thank you for watching this installment of the Christian Lawyer Directory Member Lawyer Spotlight. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Great. Thanks, Blaine.
Mm-hmm.